Stephen, can I just get you to sum up your feelings after that?
It's very difficult to explain. An 18-minute spell like that just isn't acceptable, and it's not what we've been doing. We started the game ever so well. The first half was excellent, controlled. We're in total control of the game, and we said at half time we need to stay composed on the ball. We need to win the second balls, because Kilmarnock didn't change anything. There was no real tactical change. They kept the same personnel and they kept turning us around, and their front two bullied us. They caused us massive problems, and between the first three goals, it was 5 minutes. The ball was in play for about 90 seconds if you include the VAR check, and we didn't deal with it. We said in there, as a staff, as the more experienced players in the team, because we looked very young and naive in that second half, that we have to take control. We have to slow the game down. We have to ride the storm, but we give them the momentum, and we made really, really uncharacteristic errors as a group. We tried to get subs on. As I say, we were 3-2 down within 5 minutes of the ball being in play, so it was difficult. But even then, we're 3-2 down. We still got an opportunity, but it's difficult to explain the 18 minutes. I'm a wee bit shell shocked, to be honest with you. But ultimately I have to take the blame for that. So we maybe didn't get our subs on quick enough, and players that have been very, very reliable didn't deal with certain situations. And we said we need to start the second half well again. We had an opportunity with 3-0 up that we missed, that was onside. But we stopped winning our first contact. We stopped picking the balls up in the midfield, and the ball was coming straight back. We had no ownership at all, which is, as I say, it's very, very uncharacteristic of us as a staff, as a group of boys. It's not acceptable, and we know we're not in this position by producing performances like that. And it's something that we'll look at now over the next 10 days. We've got a lot of time, unfortunately, before we get an opportunity to put that right.
Yeah, one that maybe will linger because of the break next week. Like you said earlier, we're not in this position where we're sitting at the minute because of things like today. How important is it to take the good from from the season so far and take that into the last couple of games before the split?
Yeah, it is. Look, we've had a fantastic season. We're still very much in a very good position in the league, but we can't have 18-minute spells like that, or it turns around very quickly. There's teams behind us. People are talking about Europe. I think first and foremost we need to make sure we're in the top 6, and that won't be by performances like that. For the 18-minute spell, we conceded 5 goals, and could have been more, if I'm being honest. I have to look at myself as well. We had enforced changes. We didn't have a lot of choice. We've got Scott Tanser now, who struggled through the game, if I'm honest. He wasn't fully fit, but he wanted to play. And we had to make certain changes. I thought we missed James Bolton today as a man to go and calm the thing down, win first contacts and headers, especially in that second half. And we'll hopefully have him back again. Ryan Strahan coming back to fitness. Mark O'Hara, coming back to fitness, with that game today. So, yeah, a lot of thinking. Very difficult for me to explain a huge travelling fan base as well is difficult for it. Believe me, I'm as disappointed, and the players are as disappointed with that 18-minute spell, and we know it's not acceptable, and we have to respond to that.
Yeah, you mentioned the travelling support here, nearly 2,500. How important is it that they're with us for the rest of the games of this season?
Yeah, they are, and they always are. There's no question about that. At half time, you would never have seen that coming with how we played and how we competed, but we stopped competing. As I said, the front two literally bullied us in terms of long balls and balls in behind. There was no great tactical play to it, and we didn't deal with it. We simply did not deal with it. We tried to help the players as a staff to try and get players on. We were 3-2 down before we could even do that, which is amazing. But collectively, as a group, we take that on board. We take it, and we have to learn from it. It's never smooth sailing with St Mirren and ourselves, so we have to respond to that and make sure that we respond to that next week.
Stephen, thanks very much for your time.